What would 11 years in a cage without ever being able to see the sun do to a dog psychologically? Severe long-term confinement and sensory deprivation cause profound, lasting psychological damage to dogs. Immediate psychological effects: severe learned helplessness. The dog stops trying to escape or signal distress, slipping into a state of profound depression and apathy. Extreme chronophobia. Loss of natural light patterns destroys the circadian rhythm, causing constant disorientation, pacing, and sleep disturbances. Hallucinations and psychosis. Prolonged lack of visual and environmental stimuli triggers sensory deprivation psychosis, leading to fly snapping or staring at blank walls. Severe stereotypic behaviors. The dog would develop compulsive, repetitive actions to self-soothe, such as intense tail chasing, spinning, or continuous pacing. Automutilation. Extreme anxiety and boredom drive the dog to chew its own paws, limbs, or tail, often causing severe tissue damage. The brain becomes hypersensitive to any minor change, turning normal sounds or movements into terrifying triggers. Slipping into a state of profound depression and apathy. Let me repeat that. What would 11 years in a cage without ever being able to see the sun do to a dog psychologically? Some of the Rigland beagles that they've rescued have lived in those cages for 11 years. Let's look at the owners of Rigland Farms. Who are the owners of Rigland Farms? Rigland Farms, a Blue Mounds, Wisconsin-based beagle breeding facility, is owned by veterinarians Jim Burns, David Williams, Jeffrey Ballmer, and the estate of Ralph McGrew. Jim and Dixie. Jim and Dixie Burns, right here. Here they are. I don't even have any words. Making millions of dollars off of putting animals in cages and keeping them in those cages to rot for 11 years. Some of the beagles are 11 years old. Meanwhile, this man was living his life, going on vacations, probably going on his boat, probably golfing, living his life. And these helpless animals were in a dark room, a dark warehouse with no windows, nothing to see, nothing to do, circling in a rusted cage for 11 years. Can you even imagine 11 years in a cage? In a cage. Can you imagine how agonizingly long every day would be, let alone day after day after day after day after month after month after month after year in a 2x4 cage? Put yourself in the animal's brain, in their body. Imagine how they feel. Imagine 11 years in a cage, and this man is the owner, and he is responsible for that much torture and agony. He's 90 years old. I read that he's 90 years old, and thank goodness he's going to be pushing daisies pretty soon. He's going to be gone. He's going to be done and dusted. He's going to be worm food. He's going to be taking a dirt nap, however you want to call it. And he's going to be burning in hell. He's going to be burning in hell. And I'm going to be so happy to imagine that, because he's a sick individual. She is a sick individual. They are going to be burning in the hottest fires of hell for all the torture and torment that they inflicted on innocent animals. My mind cannot even process how someone could be so cruel, so deranged, and so evil. I will keep this up about these sick people, about these individuals on my page for the rest of my life, or the rest of the duration of how long my YouTube channel is going to be on YouTube for. Maybe the rest of my life, I'll keep this up on my YouTube channel to pay honor and respect to all the dogs that died, that rotted away in that dark warehouse. They rotted and died. I will pay respect to those dogs by keeping this video up to show the whole world what an abomination, what an evil, sick man, this man and his wife, these evil, sick people, how evil they are. And to be a voice for all the dogs that they tortured, all the money that they made off of all the dogs they tortured. I will keep this up to respect the dogs and pay honor and respect to the dogs whose lives were not in vain. They were someone, not something. And this monster inflicted so much pain and torture on all those animals. He's 90 years old, and he's going to be dead soon, and I'm going to be so happy to hear it. And he's going to be burning in hell, and I'll be rejoicing with joy. And I hope that when he's in hell, that he's tormented by all the animals that he tortured. And I hope that he gets to experience severe confinement. I hope that he gets to experience being in a tiny, tiny little space in severe confinement for all of eternity with no ability to escape. That would be the ultimate, perfect punishment for him and this woman. I can't even call her a woman. I can't call them human. Thanks for listening.